Hi, Zoe.
Good morning.
Hi. Hi, McCone.
How we doing?
Great. Doing well. The phone's already dinging. It's only 10:03, Zoe.
Leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Did you forward the rundown over to Foxborough? What happened there?
Shut up.
Wait a second. Why? Is there anything bad on here?
I don't think so.
Take a look. I don't know that there's anything necessarily that will upset anybody.
Everybody shaking.
Oh, Tony Farmer at 12:20. Oh, kidding.
Tony Farmer for an hour.
Tony Farmer in studio for the rest of the week. Guest host. We're going to break him into sports radio is what we're going to do. Drake May spoke yesterday. Drake May was practicing yesterday as part of the team's OTAs in Foxborough. Apparently, he's looking a little bigger.
Legs to me. He looks thicker than legs.
You didn't skip leg day?
No. And I don't think he skipped Ann Michael May dinner day. She's been cooking for him. He looks good.
Are you calling him fat?
No, not at all.
Oh,
not at all.
You mean he's been eating a lot of protein?
Yeah, he looks strong.
Skinless
legs,
chicken.
Legs. It's a legs to me. You know, everybody's like, "Well, he's big, different in the face," and that. I know it's the legs. You can see it in the legs. And that's good for him because his strength is his legs.
Rochi was all over it. I don't know if you heard this. Rochi, here's Rochi asking Drake May about it.
Follow up, Rochi's rude question. Are you thicker with 2 C's? Is that the way you're supposed to say it? Is that kind of like the hip thing?
What?
Are you thicker with 2 C's? Is that how it's supposed to be? Or
I think that's paused, if that's anything. I think that's not the way to put it, but
Who put Rochi up to that?
This has happened when old white guys try to be hip. It's just, you call somebody the original OG or something, or hey man, you thick with 2 C's. Like, you don't know what you're doing. That's a bad question, Rochi. Come on. Just ask your normal question.
What was he going to ask him next about his skibbity riz?
Skibbity dido, yeah. When you skedaddle outside the pocket. Thick in the legs. He's thicker in the legs.
Well, I mean, that technically could be, thick with 2 C's. Yeah. But really, who put him up to that? Who put him up to that question and told him it was going to be a good idea? It's great.
Was it Giza?
It's blame Joe Giza. Joe Giza did it. That's who it was. All right, so you think he's bigger with legs,
Yep.
Bigger legs.
Yeah.
And what's that going to do for him?
Stronger runs. His base, keep his base better. It'll help him with more velocity on his ball. More strength. Every throw starts with your feet. Starts with your feet, then it goes up through your legs, to the hips, and then through the rotation of the ball with the arm. It's not just your arm. Every throw. It starts with your feet. And watch him yesterday, too, like just pounding on the toes. Like, it's just... Yeah, this you can tell Josh is working with him. There's no flat-footedness. There's no legs getting tied up. Wider base, it seems a little bit.
Is that him or
it's overanalyzation?
Working with a quarterback coach?
It could be. Could be all of it. I don't know. Could be our guy Ashton working with him. I don't know.
Well, apparently he had an inconsistent practice yesterday.
Yeah, he threw 4 picks day 1 last year, too. How does your year go?
It went okay.
Yeah, it
was pretty good. Yeah, I think there was...
do this? We're going to do this every...
I don't know. It's what's going on, so we're talking about it.
I know.
If he had a great day, wouldn't everybody be talking about how great he was?
They threw a pick to a guy I never heard of. He's replacing a guy that wants to get paid and isn't there. Along with the other starting corner. Like, that sucks to start. Hey, defense, get in the huddle. We're going to call first snap here. Or 2 big corners are out. Yeesh. It's not good.
I'm not really worried about what Drake May's doing in the month of May.
Yeah. May and May. Yeah.
I'm just
it's really
not.
May and June.
Yeah. I think the most important thing that came out of yesterday was Drake May talking about his Super Bowl and talking about watching the tape. And this is the most significant comment I think he could have made about that Super Bowl.
Drake is about watching the Super Bowl, and some guys have said they don't want to go back and rewatch the Super Bowl. Some guys have said, learn from the mistakes, all that. What's your philosophy?
I think you definitely take a peek at it. For me, on the biggest stage and a big game, and I had a lot of plays I wish I had back. I think I definitely watched it, and at such a young point in my career where I can still learn so much, and first time playing that defense, so you can learn things and learn about the game. So I think there's definitely some parts that you maybe throws that I maybe skip or know that I don't want to watch that again. But there's definitely the game. I think you learn so much from just mistakes that you make yourself.
Yeah, he watched that tape and he knew it was bad. He was bad. Offense was bad. All of it was bad.
I think
That was
Daniel
wrecked.
sat and watched
He
that tape.
sucked in that game.
That's why I like him week 1. Hear him talk about the first time I saw that defense. Well, it's going to be the second time you see that defense week 1. They're going to have something up their sleeve for him, too. It's not like they're just going to do what they did in the Super Bowl. But you're damn right, McDaniel sat down with him and watched that, went through every single play and decision and rep, and the way you read. Because there were some guys open in that game, and they just didn't get the ball to them, whether that was injury, whether that was not seeing things great, or just not believing in it, or pressure up front. It all ties together. I hate the talk of, it was such a bad game, we just buried it, we're not going to watch it. No, because that's how you get better. You get better by watching it, digesting it, and correcting mistakes. That's how great quarterbacks become better. You sit there and watch it until it makes you sick, until you get back out there again. And you should be nipping at the bud to get out there and play Seattle again, because the offense should be different and better.
It might be upgraded, talent-wise.
Yeah, we'll see.
He didn't shy away from talking about that yesterday.
Kind of neat. Usually they just shoot that down, right?
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
I guess they're not worried about any sort of, dates, timelines, breaking of rules,
right,
etc. They're not really worried about that.
Probably not.
They're talking like they know it's a done deal, and it is a done deal.
Probably not expecting to roll through the door on Tuesday, right? He's probably going to be here Friday.
Does that have you thinking it might happen sooner?
No.
I'm saying it happens June 2nd as opposed to June 15th or June 25th.
I can see it happening, like the trade being announced June 2nd. Excuse me. But he rolls in, what, 2 or 3 days later?
No, I'm saying it's not. They're not going to wait.
Yeah.
They're not going to slow play this.
Right. Good then.
It's going to happen. It's happened. It's going to happen next week.
You didn't slow play it to get the head coach. Herpa got all those interviews done to get Vrabel. Remember how many interviews they did in one day? Get everything cleared, get the deck cleared. Okay, we went through all the process. Now we get Mike Vrabel. Let's go get him. Yeah, I didn't waste any time there. I'd love for him to walk through the door on Tuesday. It'd be great. Be like, damn.
I think they might get that.
Wow.
I think that might be where it's going. They're just so blatant talking about it. And they're just out there with it. That it feels like it's going to happen right away.
I think some of the reports that you got yesterday kind of set the stage for that. And then talking about how, you know what, we're still not sure in terms of compensation what it's going to be, and the two teams are kind of far apart. And these new reports that came out in terms of what the compensation could potentially be, I think is just them throwing some smoke out there for a deal that's been done for a few months to try to make this thing look better. When they announce it June 2nd, it's like, oh, no, we haven't been sitting on it for 2 months. We were working up until the deadline to get this thing done and hammered out.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why the league would care if they have the parameters of the deal done. Like, why do they care?
Do you really think they do?
What do you mean?
The league. Do you really think
I'm saying, why would they at this point?
Right.
I mean, what's wrong with that? Waiting until that date, having it already figured out, and then executing the trade.
It's not like you cheated. I mean, there's no other teams talking with them. It's just,
there's no rule against talking about a deal prior to that date and then doing it after that date for cap purposes.
Correct.
There's nothing against that.
Correct.
There's no rule against that, so they don't have to wait. I think it's going to get done the way that they just basically were like, yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great to have him here, a great player.
You had trades done for guys like Brandon Ayuk where you held out. Kendrick Bourne out of practice. He stood there in a t-shirt because he knew he was getting traded. It was part of the deal, and that thing fell through. That's a bad look if you ask me. We agreed to everything, but then the one guy didn't call the other head coach back or comply with the other team. Oh, so the deal's done. Yeah, we're nixing that.
Yeah, I think
that looks worse than this.
I think some of this reporting is bogus about compensation and what it could be and hold up in that. Is it happening on the 1st? We can get into some of that with Rap Sheet, what he had to say. You'll hear from the players themselves. We'll play some of that, what Drake May did say, in case you missed it. You missed him talking about it.
2 C's.
What's that?
With 2 C's.
That's right, Dick with 2 C's, Drake May. That's what he is. But let's talk more about A.J. Brown and the immediacy of that deal going down. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.
While you're working, so are they. If you can call sitting around talking about sports work.
Okay, so what are we talking about here?
Zolak and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
First of all, I appreciate the comedy from Jalen Hurts, and I also like how he delivered a good line, let it marinate a little bit, didn't crack a smile at all. He's the perfect straight man, just a great wisecrack, and then got onto his answer / non-answer. It was more answer, though, than non, because I think for Jalen Hurts, him talking about it in the past tense, him talking about his appreciation for what they achieved together, knowing that it is almost certainly coming to an end, is something that really stands out for me. And, there's been a lot of focus, Mike, on the relationship between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, as there should be. It has been an ongoing storyline for the last 2 years. We're not making it up. It is all real. Here is what I would say to this. I would say, personally, I believe they are okay. They're in a good place. Personally, they could continue. I don't know football-wise that they could continue. It does seem like they've gotten the most out of this partnership, and both sides probably would benefit from a separation. As far as the actual trade, though, we're all waiting for June 1st to happen, so the cap hit is in half for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they could trade him. I just don't know that it's going to be like snap your fingers and the deal is done, because the two sides are where they have been, which is the Eagles wanting a first-round pick in 2027, the Patriots, the most likely destination. We'll see if someone else arises, but Patriots, the most likely destination, not being willing to give up a first-round pick as of right now. That means they're not particularly close, and yeah, there's a chance this could drag on for the foreseeable future.
It's going to be so anticlimactic when it happens. That's how I feel about this deal. It happens, you're going to be like, oh, thank God. Oh, finally. Finally. Oh, we're talking about this thing for months, for years, quite frankly. Not even just months. We're talking about this possibility for years. And it's going to finally happen. You're going to be like, what a relief. What a relief, Zoe, to know that the deal is completed.
Yeah, I told you I already ordered the jersey.
So, sorry, what's he going to do? What is Zoe going to do with the jersey if the deal doesn't happen? Then we have a story.
Brown jersey. I'm going to put it, give it back to the pro shop. They can sell it.
Can you remember any transaction in sports being talked about this long?
No, I can't. The A-Rod trade, trade that wasn't.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
This would be A-Rod 2.0.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
this would be worse because it was talked about longer. A-Rod's was less time. That was only a couple weeks. This thing's been months. We even went back to last year. Ooh, A.J. Brown would be good here. So as soon as Vrabel got the job, we start talking about A.J. Brown. Like, there's a natural hookup. He's unhappy. He likes him. They like each other. We need receivers. We got a young, really good quarterback. It's the perfect fit. It would not make any sense for this deal not to get done. His time is past there. They're done there.
Could drag on for the foreseeable future. I don't believe that, Ian Rappaport. Yeah. I don't believe you.
So you think June 1, June 2?
I'm thinking June 2. Boom. It's done.
Well, if they're far apart.
How are we still far apart? We've been talking about it for 3 months.
Right.
Like if it wasn't going to happen, if you're that far apart, then we wouldn't be talking about it like it's a foregone conclusion over the last few weeks.
If it's far apart, it's probably not going to happen.
No. Yeah, I mean, if that's true, I think you're right. No. That's right. You're saying
if it's far apart,
if they're legitimately far apart, then the deal's dead.
Two different visions for how this is supposed to go.
Right.
But
how
we also wouldn't have been
gap?
talking about it like we have. Adam Schefter would not be reporting it the way he has over the last few weeks or a couple months. Well, if they were that far apart.
In the same sense that we know that we think it's a done deal, could it also be completely dead and we don't know about it?
No, we would have a report out by now.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we have a report about it being done?
We've had a million reports.
Million reports about it being done. Are you kidding me with that? 14. A million reports.
I don't know.
It's done, man. It's done. I hate talking about it still. I just want it done. I'm growing impatient. It's not even June 1st yet. I'm growing impatient. Yeah. Just so you're clear on what the money is, by the way. We were discussing this a little bit yesterday.
Supposedly they took his signage down at the stadium.
So that was a bad report. I'll tell you why.
Because they're redoing the stadium.
They were taking everything down. They have World Cup games.
Bingo.
They were taking all their signage down.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't know what it means. They took down the A.J. Brown signage. I'm like, yeah, and they took down everything else, too.
They're beginning, too, a multi-million-dollar facade lift on the place. So
are they? Lincoln Financial?
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to redo the link.
The link. It's getting up there in age, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, it's better than the Met.
Right around the same time as Gillette.
MetLife.
Yeah, right around there.
I like it better than MetLife.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a
MetLife sucks.
That place, Baltimore, they're like real stadiums, real football stadiums. MetLife, it's like a freaking round bowl.
The link.
With no tone to it. Gray.
It's too bad they didn't put a bed sheet over them like they did at Gillette when they put the bed sheet over the Gillette sign.
That's awesome. Hey, take your sign off.
How's it look, by the way? You were just down at the stadium the other day.
Holy crap. I was out yesterday. The amount of fencing where like the East lot is, where the back road people park. It's like the Super Bowl. Everything's already fenced off.
Perimeter
fencing.
Secure perimeter.
The lines, like where you're going to have to go to get in, they have like the weaving lines heading up to
like you're at the airport?
Yeah. Like that's all being set up. And I'm like, Jesus. They are taking over the lots. They really are taking over the lots. There's no parking.
Nice. There's a nice bed sheet photo for you on the simulcast.
Look at that. That looks good.
It blends in nicely. Can't even tell. It's
looks
perfect.
great.
Yeah.
No, totally looks great.
I love how they're
Are they going to spray paint World Cup on that?
That's just how gross and corrupt FIFA can be.
How stupid it is.
Where they make you cover up these signs for no good reason.
I love the ads.
Because they just don't want to give away the value of saying the stadium's name.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
The secondary markets. Get your World Cup tickets here for the games coming up at Boston Stadium at Gillette Stadium. Like it's like Boston Stadium at Gillette Stadium.
Like they couldn't even throw a bone to the people that are hosting for them, right? Because that would be throwing a bone to the Patriots and to New England for Gillette to be mentioned as the stadium they're playing the games in. But no, they can't give it. It's not like they sold it to somebody else.
Right.
They're just calling it Boston Stadium.
No, you have to pay for that. Yeah,
which is a joke.
I hope the sheet falls.
I hope it does too. I hope someone rips it down.
It's a storm.
That's what I hope. Guerrilla marketing. We're letting the Gillette sign live. It needs to breathe.
Spray paint it. Zolak and Bertrand.
Yes, do that too.
Yeah.
We like that.
That would
We
be
need some
good.
crazy people down.
Z&B Stadium.
Have those flash up in the concourse.
Okay, I was going to get to the money because we talked about the money yesterday on A.J. Brown. The Patriots, in taking on his deal in this trade, will be paying him in 2026, because this ties into the Gonzalez stuff too, with him not being at OTAs. $29 million, it's all guaranteed. $29 million. Next year, that number drops to $21 million, with 4 of it being guaranteed. After that, the money in 28 and 29 is 32 and 31 million. Here are the cap numbers, though. And I know the Pats love the cap, so here you go. This is great news. The cap hit in 2026, to tie this into the Gonzalez thing with front-loading a deal and taking a huge cap hit, the cap hit will only be $7 million in year 1 for A.J. Brown. That's it. That's all it's going to count.
Wow.
$7 million. The team will still have plenty of cap space. The cap space in year 2, $10.9 million. The cap figure in year 3, $17.8 million. I know that people have talked about this is an older receiver, degenerative knee issue, owed a lot of money over the next several years, blah, blah, blah. Here's what it is. It's just money. It's real money,
Right.
but it's not going to screw up your accounting. It's not going to stop you from being able to sign Gonzalez and signing May. None of those things are going to happen.
Yep.
Because the Eagles are taking dead cap hits on this. They're eating it up.
Yeah.
That's a benefit to the Patriots. And if they care about those precious phony baloney cap dollars, well, then this is great for them. That's probably why they love it. It's probably why the deal is done. Can we hear Drake May's cut from yesterday on A.J. Brown? Tell me this doesn't sound like a guy who knows this is his teammate next week.
How aware are you of the A.J. Brown rumors? How much do you know about him? And, how fun would it be to throw to a guy like that?
Yeah, I think it's part of the NFL. They throw names around there, around every team, depending on whoever looks best in the graphic and the jersey on social media. So, I'm really just focused. We have some new guys in here that I'm working with, and I know there's some, a lot of talk with that. But, if he ends up being on our team, great. What a great player. And if he doesn't, we still got to work these guys here. So it's a tough balance, but I know he's a phenomenal player.
Yeah, no, if he ends up here, that's great.
If not, we just got to still work these guys here.
Yeah, if not, I got to work with Dobbs.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to that as much as I would be looking forward to A.J. Brown.
Did he have a Belichick snort at the beginning of that?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I hope
get
that loogie up.
Shakes a little bit.
This is all the snorts.
He didn't do that with PMT. Huh?
No, he didn't. Maybe he's dropped it a little bit.
You know, how fun would it be to
It's great.
Oh, my. That
you know,
is...
how fun would
Breer talked about A.J. Brown recently as well, and how the holdup could be a good thing for the Eagles, he believes. The holdup. Again, now we're talking about a holdup for some reason. Here's Breer.
The thing they can benefit from, Connor, here is that other situations can materially change, right?
Right.
And so what does that mean? Well, that means maybe a team drafted a receiver, and that receiver came into rookie minicamp and has started OTAs, and they're like, uh-oh, like he's not ready.
Right.
Or there's an injury somewhere. Or, as we've seen, I don't think the Chiefs are going to trade for A.J. Brown, but the Chiefs were on A.J. Brown's list, and like now they've got the Rashee Rice situation, which does that mean now with Rashee Rice in a contract year, we're not willing to pay him $30 million anymore. So now does that move you, if you're the Chiefs, to, well, now we have like some financial flexibility. Do we go and get an A.J. Brown? So I think, I think that the reason why this thing has been sort of out there in the ether is like they haven't agreed to terms yet, they're not done yet, is because the Eagles know that something could materially change somewhere between whatever date it is, and now it's May 26th and June 1st, that could give them a better ending to the A.J. Brown era.
Oh, jeez. See, this is Breer pushing a narrative that I can't get on board with.
Feels like it's only him.
That they're still talking to Kansas City, that they're still talking to the potential, for other teams. I'm now rooting for it to get done at 4 p.m. on June 1st. Never mind June 2nd. 4 p.m. Get the deal over with. Better ending with A.J. Brown.
Mike said it. When he goes shopping, he sees something he likes, he buys it. He likes this guy. Buy it on Monday. Get it done. I want Beetle. Let's go.
I mean, there's legal tampering in free agency. Why can't we get reports like that on May 30th?
The league doesn't want that.
I know. I wonder if
they've been talking. Of course, they've talked parameters of the deal. That's how you're interested. That's how you're engaged with the team.
I also think if A.J. Brown wants to play for the New England Patriots and Mike Vrabel, he can make this about as impossible as you can if you're the Eagles wanting to trade him to someone else.
Right. Where does he want to go would be my question.
I know he had that initial list, right, with Kansas City and everything like that, but for the last 2 months, and he's been looking at real estate supposedly in the Seaport, and he's been doing all this stuff and has himself penciled in as a Patriot, he can just tell another team, by the way, I'm not going to show up. So there's no point in trading for me.
Just say, I don't want to go there. I don't want to play for you.
I don't know why you would do it.
He would show up, but it's a matter of, would he be happy? Do you want to deal with an unhappy A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
He's not going to no-show. He's not going to risk his money. He's got too much of it coming his way.
Right, but do you want a player that's invested and actually wants to compete?
Do you want the A.J. Brown of last season, or do you want the A.J. Brown of a couple of seasons ago? That's the question you have to ask yourself if you're another team. So he can also have some control in this. You're right about that, for sure. Let's talk more about the day that Mike Vrabel had yesterday. And Mike Vrabel at the podium, as he was in command, it seemed. Zoe had some observations on that, on the day that Mike Vrabel had, back in the saddle, getting back to football, trying to turn the page. We'll get to that coming up next. Stay tuned.
Zolak and Bertrand.
Zolak and who?
On the Sports Hub.
Alex, what'd you think of Vrabel? How he handled himself?
Yeah, it seemed, call it business as usual. It didn't seem any different one way or the other. He was still very hands-on with individual players. There was one period where they're not even going on a full rush, and he's going through technique with Draymond Jones. Spent most of the practice behind the offense, which was the case last year. And even in the press conference before practice, took a couple questions about everything that's been going on and really just kind of kept going back to today's practice. He's looking forward to be out there today. He's looking forward to be out there this spring in the coaching side of it. So definitely see it. You wouldn't have noticed much between one of last year's press conferences and today, I would say, or the practice.
Alex Barth on Felger and Maz yesterday talking about the day that Vrabel had. Hands-on, out there, doing his thing the way he typically does, but also his performance at the podium, Zoe. You had some thoughts on Mike Vrabel's day.
Well, he had a practice the day before, and I think this is the football Mike Vrabel that he's getting back to. And when I say that, like the guy that's in command, I'd say it's my team, I'm running the joint. There wasn't any, like, looking down at the podium, any, Pierce, intense staring down at the floor as he's trying to think before he talks. He went right back at Yardy, a little back and forth. That was fun. That's chippy, but that's going to happen throughout the course of the year. Mike gets into with everybody. So that's the Vrabel that I remember. That's the Vrabel that I hope we see, because I said this from day one. His ability to join both forces and take care of his home life and take care of the football life. I don't have a question about the football life, but at some point you get worn out a little bit when you're doing too much over here or too much over there. That balance is critical, and I hope he achieves it. I hope he feels it. Says he loves his wife Jen, loves his kids, and it feels like turn the page type day for me for Mike Vrabel. Like we're gonna be doing football stuff now. We're in OTAs, then we're getting to camp right away. Hey, keep your binoculars. I know you probably brought them. I'll give you the names. I'll just help you out right here. Give you the names of the guys that aren't here today. And that was neat. Like, Bill doesn't do that. Bill's like, yeah, go figure it out yourself. Don't put any stickers, any numbers on it. Go figure it out yourself. Everybody had to bring binoculars and try and talk with each other. Well, who don't you see? Who do you see? Let's go through the list. Mike just gave it to you. So he's going to play ball a little bit here, I think, with the reporters for a while until he gets this thing rolling. So that's an engaging Vrabel yesterday. That's a guy who looked like he was back in command.
Do you think that the questions will continue related to Diana Rossini?
If something else comes out, I don't know how more you advance this thing, really. How do you advance it?
So I think there's one part of this that...
No, real quick, I'm just saying for the people that are there every day covering it, is it sending one of your roving reporters in, like from a local news station, to advance it? Or is it going to be advanced by a person that's there every day? Because the people that are there every day, I don't know how you advance this. Because I've talked to a couple of them, like, what other questions are there to ask? What? Like, we're getting killed for it. Well, what other questions are there to ask? I have no clue. There's no new news.
I thought it was fine yesterday. I'm not critical of anyone.
I'm surprised they went at him a little bit.
I thought they asked more questions.
I would have said 0.
Than I expected on the topic.
I would have said 0.
I was talking with one person last night.
What did they say?
Who shall not be named. This was a private conversation, but I will use this person's suggestions because they did not think that the reporters maybe went far enough in this press conference. And you're just asking, what else could there be?
Right.
Specifics about how the counseling went. Was it? Is it good? Did that go well for you?
It's a private matter between him and his family.
And I'm like, this is not my suggestion. I would not have thought that.
That makes no sense. But go ahead.
And the other one was related to the loss of. Well, again,
she quit.
She resigned.
Right.
But let's say that she was about to be fired. Okay, even if you want to assume that, which I don't think is a bad assumption.
Or her inability to ever work in a league again.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a question to be asked about that? Or do you feel bad that someone lost their livelihood and lost their job as a result of this? And my response to that, in defense of Mike Vrabel, would be
50-50 decision.
Diana Rossini, and I think this needs to be said because I think this is like some lingering thought for some. Diana Rossini, to the best of our knowledge, is not any sort of victim of Mike Vrabel. These are two consenting adults that were apparently in a relationship. There's no victim here. She's an adult. He's an adult. Between the two of them, there's no victim of one another.
Right.
If she was about to be fired in her profession, she was well aware that such a relationship could very easily and pretty much automatically lead to that. So that's not someone victimizing someone else. Does Mike Vrabel have to feel bad about that?
No.
Like as if he's somehow responsible for it? And my answer would be no, he doesn't. Now, if there was some sort of coercion in the beginning of it, quid pro quo situation, then I think there's something different there. But after 6 years, that's no longer the case. That was a relationship, right? And so to me, Mike Vrabel does not bear any responsibility for Diana Russini not being employed right now in her profession. He doesn't. So I don't think that that's a fair question, because what's Mike Vrabel supposed to say? No, I don't feel bad. I mean, that would be an honest answer, and people would shred him for it.
Yes.
But the truth is, he shouldn't feel bad. He doesn't have to feel bad. Maybe as a friend or whatever you want to call him, he feels bad that she's not employed and feels bad that it led to that, but he shouldn't feel responsible is what I'm saying. He might feel for a friend, close friend, very close friend, it appears. But responsibility? That responsibility is not on him. It isn't. It's on her. She's well aware. She knew. Took two to tango in that
She knew
relationship.
exactly what she was doing, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's not a double standard.
She didn't get fooled.
The standards of her job are you never, on a personal level, engage with the people you're covering. There's no such rules in coaching football.
No.
Right? There's no such rules in, politics, if you want to say that. I mean, does it look bad? Sure. Will people call for you to,
Well, end your
face
political career? Probably.
Maybe sometimes. I mean, for some, I don't know that it would.
But, all right, so I agree with you on both those questions. Are there any other questions that are still on the board that you wanted answered yesterday, or you think that there's been a glaring omission in terms of not asking Mike Vrabel a question so far?
To me, no.
Because I'm with you on that. Both those questions, I think, are kind of... I mean, how did the counseling thing... What am I going to get on the couch for you guys real quick and open up and tell you about what took place?
If that was asked me, if I was him, I'd go, next question. Like, what are you kidding me? Next question.
I mean, I think there is a way to ask it. That is not about how did it go, tell us about it. It's, was the time away valuable for you? Did the time that you took away from the team, did it prove to be valuable, and did it prove to be the right thing? That's all. Mm-hmm. Isn't that a way of asking how it went?
Yeah. Like if you want to stay together and if you're still currently together, then that answer would be yes then. Because we came back for that, we're all still together. I don't know. I wouldn't ask that, though. That's private.
I don't think you're going to get many questions or even any questions until she speaks now at this point.
Or now that you're a month removed, in hindsight, Mike, was that the right move to not be at day 3 of the draft? Anything like that.
I think he would tell you, I did what was best for my family at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's on a T for him at that point. Like, take it.
Yeah.
Right? Take the question, turn it into a positive for yourself.
No clue how these players are going to turn out. Wouldn't be something that the guys picked on day 3 turn out to be hell of a players. And he didn't pick them.
I also think there's another element to the Vrabel thing that will keep it going. And something that is on him. We can get to that coming up next in your calls. 617-779-0985. Red Sox won a game last night. How about that? We can get to that coming up at the top of the hour. Don't throw your headphones because they won a game. You upset about the Red Sox winning one?
Somebody likes draft position
wow.
in the MLB.
Someone loves top 5 picks. I'm joking. We'll talk about more on Vrabel and the Sox coming up as well. Stick around.
Nothing happens in Boston sports.
What's he doing?
You won't find out about here.
Blowing on the nozzle.
Zolak and Bertrand.
Thought it was clogged.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
You like this one?
The hell is this?
Are you kidding me? The guy who once left work early to get to the Taylor Swift.
Oh, it's
show?
her? Yeah, I'm out.
You're just out on her.
Kelsey thing just tarnished. It's just like, yeah. She changed.
I mean, that's a hit. That's a big hit song we just played.
Too much red lipstick. Bowl cut.
Bowl cut?
Bangs. Bowl cut bangs.
Yeah.
Let it flow, man.
How does Zoe go from being such a fanboy?
That's what the power of him.
A fair weather fan, pink hat.
Yeah.
No.
Never a real Swiftie.
No.
Huge Swiftie. Was.
What?
Ask Jake about it. I bet you Jake feels the same way I do. Once you start hanging out with El Weirdo.
Jake's on the line.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, Jake, are you out on Swift?
No, Zoe's just upset because it represents what we once had here.
Yeah.
And now don't. That's why he's upset about this Taylor Swift thing.
Okay.
We had Camelot here for 20 years with Tom and Giselle and Rob and Camille and Bill.
You're right.
And now Kansas City had it. So that's why he's upset. Anyway, the reason why people are so upset about what happened or what has happened with Mike Vrabel yesterday and the soft questioning is the media canoodling of each other and the sheer disrespect for the fans who just want answers to real questions instead of the throwaway story they're going to write on, oh, here's what Mike said today at the podium. I still want to know, guys, what happened during Super Bowl week when Jen and Diana were in the same place. And I think any fan who is out in San Francisco who spent thousands of dollars to be there needs to know whether their coach was too socially and romantically distracted. And I'll give you a comparison. Bill Parcells. We haven't shut up about Bill Parcells in Super Bowl week in 1997 for 30 years. 30 years. You know what? Zoe, you were in that game in the third quarter. We were never in that game in the third quarter, so that's one thing I want to know. But the media here makes it so much worse. Last night, 6 o'clock, NBC Sports Boston. Kayla is with Trenny, and Kayla posted a TikTok yesterday, Kayla Burton, of her in the car, and hubby's on speakerphone talking football. So the same thing that Diana and Mike are doing, and I know they had a 6-year relationship, Kayla and her guy are doing, and then Kayla's on the air talking about it and offering commentary based on loosely some of the cuddle talk she's getting like Mike and Diana were doing. Same darn thing. And then McCone over here. McCone, we're in the dead of summer, and you've got the biggest pop culture story and an access to that in Rosie Woods on your phone. And Rosie's getting in battles with Dave Portnoy.
You brought it up.
You are. Pick up the phone, call Rosie, turn her into a guest, and give Jim Rouse some ratings. Some ratings.
Yeah.
We want to know what happened with Ed Cooley and Rosie Woods.
Yes.
Just like we knew what happened with Catherine Tappan and Jay Leach and NBC 10. They are all screwing each other.
Excellent call, Jake. That's how you do summer calls.
Get on your phone, McCone.
We want to know what happened in Ed Cooley's flop house.
Literally the maddest anyone has ever.
You get her on, I'll get Portnoy on. I've already been texting him about her.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't nice.
Really?
Yeah.
I know Providence fans not happy. Not happy.
She denies any
it.
involvement with Ed Cooley, denies even knowing Ed Cooley.
Do you have Rosie's number?
Let's see.
You either know you have it or you don't.
Come on,
you
McCone.
worked with the person.
Oh, yeah.
He's got her number.
How about
McCone has her number.
Let's go, McCone.
I mean, at the very least, let's get her on and ask her, to once again, now that she's on straight, I think she called it straight mail Twitter. She called it?
Yeah.
Now that Dave Portnoy has brought it to straight mail Twitter.
Right.
That she wanted everyone to know that she had no involvement with Ed Cooley whatsoever. Doesn't even know the man.
Doesn't know him.
Too much of a denial.
I think it was too much of a denial.
Well, how do you...
Over the top denial. Like, I don't even know.
What's a proper denial? What kind of denial would you believe?
You're all nuts. It's laughable.
That worked out well.
The interesting thing to me about
the laughable one certainly
about this show is that it was taped nearly a year ago. Like all of this that you see on TV on Real Housewives of Rhode Island, it was not taped.
Was it last summer?
It was last summer. That's when it was filmed.
You remember the fourth party?
So this is an old argument that now is brought to life on TV, and now it's being had through public means again.
Pick up the phone, call Rosie.
He's angry.
Pick up the phone and call Rosie, McCone.
We're back to Catherine Tappan from like 15 years ago. That's crazy.
Jay Leach, Catherine Tappan.
It's a throwback.
Yes. He's very upset about Kayla Burton, apparently.
What was the joke that, never mind, Ronick made? Got him off air. Wasn't it about a threesome or something?
Oh, yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just trying to remember stuff from that
Yeah,
time.
good recall.
Was that the one that got him? Was that? I don't know if that actually was the one that got him in trouble. I think something else might have.
I did have a point to all this, and I know that Jake's point
Pick up the phone, call Rosie.
was that Vrabel's questions were not tough enough. They didn't go far enough in the questioning, which he disagrees with us on that. But I was reading yesterday that a story I was reading on Awful Announcing that the headline is this: Mike Vrabel refuses to clean the wound, so people will keep picking at it. Which is, if he doesn't just say something of substance at some point and really own it, and this was Molly McPherson's point when she was on with us, the PR strategist, crisis management, it won't stop. People will not stop talking about it and will not stop going. If he doesn't choose to address it and talk and reveal things and own it, then it will be a problem for him moving forward. You can ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist, but people are still curious and people will still want to know. And I think that's probably true. I think it doesn't ever really go anywhere unless you get out there with something of substance, not the fluff that he's given everybody in his comments to this point. Has he owned it?
No.
Not really.
But I think enough time has also gone by. What's going to... I don't know if there's anything that's going to change this story. I do think it's going to kind of die. If a new set of pictures from 2022 drop of them getting on a boat, does anyone care anymore?
No.
Isn't it kind of established? We know what happened. So is he going to get asked a new set of questions if new pictures come out? I don't think so.
He might. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. Yeah. There was a crisis management expert that spoke to Awful Announcing saying, I think sometimes when you're in a position of power, you feel like you could kind of set the ground rules and that everybody's going to follow those ground rules, which is kind of what they tried to do in the first coming out party. And I think that sort of went to their heads just how much control that they could have. So for weeks, they didn't speak. He didn't speak. She spoke by way of that statement, which was her resignation from The Athletic, still defiant. She has certainly not owned anything.
No.
Not a damn thing.
No.
Not even close. And so I think that impacts him as well. Until somebody just steps up and says, yeah, listen, this is what happened. It's pretty obvious. You guys got to pretty much figure out what was going on. It happened. It's no longer happening. It's unfortunate that it did. We've learned lessons, whatever, we've moved on. Like, until someone owns it like that, I'm not sure it ever goes away.
Do you want to talk to Kayla Burton next?
About?
She'd like to, she'd gladly go on right now. Tell her piece for Jake.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes. She wants to go against Jake. Yeah, absolutely. We can do that. Absolutely. Friend of the program, always allowed to come on and defend yourself.
Damn right. Damn right.
All right. We'll do that in a moment then on Zolak and Bertrand. Stay tuned.